So tonight I'm really excited to be here at a place called Cash Clinical, and Cash Clinical has never been featured on the show. It's going to be very interesting. I'm here with Dr. Oliver. Dr. Oliver, welcome to The Plush Life. If you had to describe to people what Cash Clinical is, what would you say?
Cash Clinical is a medical laboratory. We do laboratory tests, glucose, cholesterol, lipid panels. And my thoughts about 6 years ago were that these lab tests were too expensive for people to monitor their health.
They are very expensive and only getting more and more expensive.
Yes. And no one takes care of your health like you do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know the numbers, you can't take care of your health.
So you had a vision to set up a medical laboratory that would be different from the others.
That's right.
And what really sets you guys apart?
We don't take insurance.
Okay.
And so we pass the savings on to the patient. Most insurances cut the reimbursement by at least 50%, and then you have to bill the insurance company, and then you have to wait for them to approve the payment. And by stepping all of that, we are able to pass those savings on to the patient.
So someone like me, for example, I have health insurance, but I have a high deductible, and my health insurance doesn't cover lab testing. So I'm going to pay for it out of pocket no matter where I go. So what's my benefit going to be to come here?
You'll pay less.
How much on average do you think?
Probably at least 50% less.
Half. I'm going to pay half.
Half.
See, this is why we had to have you on The Plush Life, because
Yes.
people need to know that medical expenses are just out of control these days.
Yes. If you go into a hospital for that lab test, you're paying for a lot more than just your lab test.
Oh yeah, you sure
You're paying for the 3 a.m. emergency case. You're paying for the people who can't pay. You're paying for 24/7 health care that you don't need.
Now, you guys are located right here in Reno, so you're a locally owned lab, which is another thing. I didn't even know there was a locally owned lab in Reno. Now,
There
this
used
one,
to be, but there aren't anymore.
and you're the only one
Yes,
at this
yes.
point, isn't that correct? So this Reno location is at the corner of Longley and McCarran, but you also have a Carson City location, and we have, of course, lots of Carson City viewers. So where is the Carson City location?
It's about a few blocks south of the Railroad Museum, just south of the main state government.
Nice, convenient location.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, so aside from being locally owned, getting lower prices, the service levels, are they going to be the same or better?
Better.
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 I like good answer.
Yes, much better.
So now people go see their doctor gives them some instructions to go get labs. They just call you up, they make an appointment?
They don't need an
They just
appointment.
walk in.
They just walk in.
And what's the turnaround time?
Well, it depends on the test.
Okay.
Some tests take a week or so. Some tests we get back, 24 or 36 hours later.
That's awesome.
We do not do stats. If you're really sick, you need to go to the hospital.
To the hospital. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. So this is something you guys really want to check out. Lower prices, half, she says. In Reno on the corner of Longley and McCarran, or in Carson by the museum. This is great. You're going to be back on the show in the future to talk more about what you guys are doing here. So thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.